Terminology is related to AOP, right? Now tell me, can I ask some question? What is expect? What is okay? Everyone, please list out AOP terminologies first. Everyone, please list out AOP terminologies first. Everyone, please list out AOP terminology first. You want enter key in the chat box? Shift enter. You want enter key in the chat box? Got it, guys? Okay, what is expect? Tell me. The class that represents secondary logics. The class that represents secondary logic is called expect, right? What is advice? The action plan given to secondary logic is called advice. The action plan given to secondary logic is called advice, right? Okay, next one. What is join point? The possible places where aspects can be applied is called join points. Point cut, collection of join point where aspects will be applied. Where the aspects will be applied, boss. Where the aspects will be applied, guys. Next. Okay, next one. What is target class? The class with primary logics is target class. What is weaving process? The process of generating in-memory proxy class having mixing of primary and secondary logics is called proxy class. Right? What is the target class, boss? Sir, what is proxy class? The outcome of weaving process is called proxy class. Yeah, what is the difference between wiring and weaving, boss? In wiring, one spring bean class object will be assigned to another spring bean class object. In wiring, one spring bean class object will be assigned to another spring bean class object. In weaving, we mix up primary logics with secondary logics. Right, guys? We seriously mix up primary logics with secondary logics. Now, listen. Spring integrated aspects AOP, annotation driven configurations. Okay, we say annotation, boss, but here we use XML plus annotation. XML plus annotation configurations. @aspects J approach, boss. What is this approach? @aspects J approach. Listen, it looks like annotation, but it is not annotation, boss. This entire approach in shortcut is called @aspects J approach. Okay. @aspects J annotation is not official. Is not officially there. Okay. Annotation driven configuration of aspects J programming. of AXPEX programming. AXPEX programming is called @AXPEX approach. Is called @AXPEX approach, boss. Is called @AXPEX approach. @AXPEX approach. Tell me, the annotations are @AXPECT, @point cut, @around, @before, @after returning, @after throwing. After throwing. Come on, guys. @AXPECT. To make Spring Bean class as AXPECT class as advice class. And if you want to make a normal Spring Bean class as AXPECT class or advice class, you have to use @1. @point cut. To prepare point cut. To prepare point cut expression, nothing but OZNL expression. To tell that these are the methods you have to mix, these are the join points you should keep in the point cut. We should write some expression, guys. That is called OZNL expression. OZNL means object graph notation language. If you know JSP, anyone knows JSP? In JSP, you might have studied EL. In JSP, you might have studied about EL, guys. Expression language EL. Similar to this. You might have studied EL. Similar to this, we are having this. Similar to this, we are having this. Come on, guys. Prepare point cut expression, OZNL expression having reusability. Having reusability. Cool, guys. @around. To configure AXPECT class method as around advice method. How many types of advices are there? 4 types of advices are there. How many types of advices are there, guys? 4 types of advices are there. To configure AXPECT class method as around advice method. @before. To configure AXPECT class advice as before advice method. What method, guys? Before advice method. After returning advice. To configure AXPECT class method as after advice method. What method, guys? After advice method. To configure AXPECT class advice as throws advice method. Throws advice method. Total how many types of advice are there? 4. 4 annotation. This is to prepare point cut. This is to prepare what? To make Spring Bean class as component AXPECT class. AXPECT class or advice class, guys. AXPECT class or advice class. EL means expression language, my dear. EL means what is there? Expression language. EL means expression language. To activate these annotations, we need to place what is there? AOP colon AXPECT J auto proxy tag in Spring Bean configuration file. AOP colon AXPECT J auto proxy tag in Spring Bean configuration file. Clear, guys? Along with regular context colon component scan. These annotation, this one. Okay, to detect the Java classes as Spring Bean component scan. Okay. Now, let me say this is around advice, boss. First, let me talk about around advice. When this advice executes around the business method. Before entering into business method, it will execute. While leaving from the business method, it will execute. This advice executes around the target method. before entering into business method. Business method or target method, and after exiting from target method. After exiting from target method. Cool guys. After exiting from target method. This method should have the following signature in aspect class. This method should have the following signature in aspect class, guys. Tell me. Public object. Return type is object. Method name. Tool. Preceding join point PJP. Throws throwable. This is the signature that we have to place. Public object method name, preceding join point PJP, throws throwable. Array, this object is there na, using this object. This object means this one. Using this object, we can get target method details and we can invoke target method being from advice method. Array, this preceding join point na. Okay, this is the parameter of the advice method in the expect class, guys. Using this PJP, we can get complete target method details and we can also invoke target method being from advice method. Being from. These are the use cases, boss, where we can use around advice. Performance monitoring. Check it out. This is what? Performance monitoring. At the start of the method, I will note down the time. At the end of the method, I will note down the time. At the start of the method, I will note down the time. At the end of the method, I will note down the time. Okay. Performance monitoring. What is this, guys? Performance monitoring. Come on, come on. What do you mean by performance monitoring, guys? At the starting of the, before entering into business method, we note down the time. While leaving from the business method, we note down the time. We'll try to calculate difference between both timings. We try to calculate difference between both timings. If difference is more, if the difference is more, come on. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Performance is bad. If the difference is less, performance is good. Difference is less, performance is good. Difference is more, performance is bad. Clear, guys? Got the point, guys? Come on. Using this object, we can get target method details and we can invoke target method being from advice method. Target method being from advice method. Caching, around logging, transaction management, all these are this one. Okay, have a look, guys. Have a look. Public class performance monitoring aspect. Focus. On the top of the class, what is there? At the rate component, PM aspect. Makes Java class as Spring Bean. This makes Java class as Spring Bean. This makes Java class as Spring Bean, guys. What this one, guys? This makes Spring Bean as expect or advice class. Expect or advice class. Want to write in front of you freshly. Listen, tell me. Here, I will take long start is equal to 0, end is equal to 0. Super. Start is equal to system dot current time millis. System dot current time millis. Super, guys. Tell me next one. Object retrieval is equal to PJP dot proceed. Okay. End is equal to system dot current time millis. Yeah, tell me, guys. This is pre-logic. This is pre-logic. This is post-logic. This is pre-logic. This is post-logic. This is my invokes the target. Invokes the target. Invokes the target. Super, guys. Now tell me, pre-post. This is executing. Target method means business method, the real business method. If it is applied on opening account method, yeah, this logic will execute before entering into method. This logic will execute while exiting from method. Right, boss? Invokes the business method. Tell me, guys, here what is there? System dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. Come on, guys. Okay. PJP dot get signature. Okay. With arcs. With arcs. Arrays dot to string. PJP dot get arcs. PJP dot get arcs as taken. Come on, tell me what is that? End minus start milliseconds. End minus start milliseconds, guys. Understanding my statement? How many milliseconds it has taken? I am printing this. Here start, here end, the difference. This gives signature of the method. This gives arguments of the method. This actually gives an array, boss. That array we are converting into string. This actually gives, see, this is PJP now. Okay, using PJP, I am getting target method details. Using PJP, I am invoking target method. Super. End minus start milliseconds. Tell me next one. Return retrieval. Next one is what? Return retrieval. Okay, now tell me, boss, this is advice method. At the rate around OCL expression, still I have not taught how to write this OCL expression. Because of this at the rate around, this method becomes around advice. This method becomes around advice, guys. Cool, guys. This method becomes around advice. This method becomes around advice. Okay. Here, this OCL expression says what? On how many methods it has to be applied, that will be decided. You got idea, was? Sir, how can you say performance monitoring is a secondary logic? Is performance monitoring is mandatory logic in application development, guys? Respond, Ra Babu. Please, if you don't respond, how can I go further? Is performance monitoring is compulsory logic in application development? Please say respond, please. If there, fine. If not there, then also manageable, right? It's a non-functional one, right, boss? Is it real important logic? We write in a separate class and separate package, Babu. Without that also our application works. So that's why, can we call this one as a secondary logic? Super, guys. Tell me. Important points. How to develop complete application, we'll discuss later. Important point. Around advice method can access and modify target method argument. Using this PJP, boss, I can access and modify target method argument values. I can access and modify target method argument values. Around advice method can access and modify target method return value. It can access and modify target method return value. Super. Around advice method can control target method execution. I checked one condition, because condition satisfied, I stopped invoking this method. I stopped invoking this method. So can control target method execution or not? Can skip or proceed target method execution? What do you say, guys? Can skip or proceed target method execution? Definitely can skip or proceed target method execution. Got the clarity, my dear? Understood my statement, boss? Okay, guys. This is secondary logics now, boss. Come on. Okay. Why around advice method can control target method execution? Can skip or proceed target method execution? For example, I have given wrong inputs, negative inputs. Negative inputs, guys. Invalid inputs. Is there any meaning of executing target method, guys? Better to throw exception. Better to throw exception, guys. Suppose principal amount. Principal amount, guys. This object will be created by IOC container. This object will be created by IOC container. We don't create these objects, boss. All these are happening internally. It's not like that. In this use case, first we are learning around advice. Okay, tell me important points. Around advice method can access and modify target method arguments. Around advice method can access and modify target method return value. Around advice method can control target method execution. Can skip or proceed target method execution. Come on. Can skip or proceed target method execution. Okay. Get signature method or target method signature will come, Ra Babu. Sai Sam, can you focus on the classroom, boss? Gives target method. On which method this advice is applied, that method signature will come. Gives target method signature. Super. Use target method argument values. Argue values. But listen, array, this around advice should be applied on one method of target class, two methods of target class, all methods of target class will be decided by OGNL expression. Now we are going to study about OGNL expression. Can we study, guys? We need to write OGNL expression for point card specifying which methods of target class should be applied with this advice. Should be applied with this advice. The syntax is execution fixed. This is fixed word, guys. Execution fixed word. Return type, package name, class name, method names. Dot dot. Two dots indicates any number of arguments. Any number of arguments. Got it? First return type of the method, package name of the class name, method names. Either one name or multiple name. Two dot indicates all arguments. Two dot indicates all arguments. Let's look at a scenario. I have a com.nt.service package. Bank service class is there. How many methods are there? M1, M2, A1, A2. A1, A2 return type is float. M1, M2 return type is string. A1, A2 return type is float. M1, M2 return type is string, boss. Cool. Let's see, guys. To apply advice on all methods of bank service class. To apply advice on all methods of bank service class. To apply advice on all methods of bank service class, boss. All methods of bank service class. All methods of bank service class, boss. Super. Tell me, guys. Execution fixed. Return type, any return type. Why? 2R string, 2R float. Better to have star na, any return type. Package, luckily, this target, only one target class is there that belongs to only one package. So mentioned package name. This is package name. Package name. This is any return type. Any return type. Any return type. Tell me this one. Class name. Star indicates all methods. Star indicates all methods. Two dots indicates any number of arguments. Any number of arguments. Two dots indicates any number of arguments. Super na, boss? This is one thing. To apply advice on M1, M2 methods of bank service class. Only M1, M2. M1, M2, what is the common return type is there? Now check it out. Execution fixed. Now, if you give three dots, error. Two dots only, impure all arguments. Two dots means any arguments, any number of arguments. Execution, what is the common return type for both the methods? String. string. Package name, class name, M star. Class name, M star, M star. M star means what, guys? M star, M1, M2 method whose return type is string, belonging to bank service class and belonging to com.nt.service package. Boss. To apply advice on A1, A2 methods of bank service class. A1, A2 methods of bank service class. Tell me. A1, A2 methods of bank service class. Execution. M means not method, ra babu. The method whose name starts with M. Viresh Telugu, Mr. Telugu. M indicates starting letter of the method name, ra babu. M star, not M means method. Here method names are M1, M2, na, that's why. Okay, guys. Tell me. To apply advice on A1, A2 methods of bank service class. Tell me. Execution float. A1, A2 method return type is what? Float, guys. Right? If different names are given, you have to search for other pattern. That's it. Okay. If you use star string also, only on string return type method, it will be applied. To apply on A1, A2 methods of bank service class. Float, A star. A star. A star. Got it? Super. To apply on what is that? M1, A1 methods of bank service class. What is common, guys? A1, M1. A1 is common, M1 is common. A1 is common, M1 is common, boss. A1 is common, M1 is common. Tell me, guys, what is this? Star 1. Listen. Star 1. 1 is common, na, boss. 1 is common. That's why star 1 we are giving. Star 1 we are giving, boss. Star 1 we are giving. Cool. Super cool, guys. Come on, are you with me? Execution star com.nt.service bank service star 1. Bank service star 1. Getting my point? Bank service star 1. Bank service star 1. Okay. Are if both names are full difference, you can write comma separated names, boss. Okay, comma separate. Or you have to go for two OCNL expressions. You have to go for two OCNL expressions. When commonness is there, you can do anything. Otherwise, you cannot do anything. To apply advice only on M1 method, just mention method. Just mention method name. Yes. Just mention method name. Got it? M star, A star, all this stuff. Just mention method name. Array, either by return type or method names or one or other criteria we have to find out. All are having different methods. Okay, try to write comma separated list of method. M1 dot dot, comma M2 dot dot, comma M3 dot dot. No, one in one annotation, one OCNL expression. So if you want to write multiple method, comma separated ones. Comma separated ones, guys. Got it? Super, boss. Tell me next one. Example application on aspects AOP around advice using annotation driven configuration. Aspects A configuration. First one. Develop target class or service class having primary license. Number 2. Develop aspect class having advice method with secondary license. with the secondary logics. Come on. No, return type you cannot separate, boss. You keep star here. You keep star here and play with the methods. You keep star here, any return type, and you play with the methods. Okay, next one. Place context colon component scan. AOP colon aspects a auto proxy. Tags in Spring Bean configuration file. Develop the client application. Having logic to call target class method and to invoke business method. Having logic to call target class method and to invoke business method. To simply invoke business method. Clear, my dear? Got the clarity, boss? To simply and literally invoke business methods. Got it? Super. Now tell me now. jar files in the pom.xml, boss. These are the jar files we had. Spring context support, Aspect-J RT, Aspect-J viewer. Take latest versions only. Take latest versions only. Okay, 1.97, 1.97, and 5.3.12. Remaining all are normal, boss. So, shall we create one project here, guys? What's our workspace here? NTSPMS 63. Where is 63, guys? FS 63 is not there. Huh? It's all about one application. Just look at one application. Boss. Okay, let's start the new series. Maven project. Say next. Maven hyphen. Archetype hyphen. Quick start. Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. Tell me. Spring AOP. Aspect-J AOP. Around advice. What advice, guys? Around advice. Com.nt.main class. Com.nt.main class, boss. Com.nt.main class. Super. Okay. Melvin Ross. You are trying to show your knowledge. You are already knowledge of that. Please stop to showing that now. I recognized you already know Spring little bit. Can I deliver subject for freshers? This is the last warning, Melvin Ross. Next time, if you repeat it, I'm going to remove you from the meeting. Please. Let others study subject, boss. Here. Okay. You are not able to create a change Eclipse workspace. Delete .m2 folder. Now people are asking not able to create Maven project. Feel shame, Rabalu. From how many days we are using it? Today they are asking I am not able to create. What donkeys you caught so far, Ra? Is it the problem of today? No, na. Okay. Practice regularly, my dear. Tell me, Spring context support. Spring context support 5.2.2323. Say paste. This, not these place lines. Cut it. Say paste. Sashi, delete M2 folder or change Eclipse workspace. That's the only solution. Expect to JRT. Expect to JRT. This is the old one. Yeah. 1.9.7 or 9.91. All are same, Rama. All are same. Expect JRT. If you don't give runtime also, not a problem. If you don't give runtime also, not a problem. Next. Expects J Weaver. Expects J Weaver. Right was done. Say paste. A scope is not important if you keep also not a issue. Say it. Right was. What are the packages I should create, guys? Package com.nt.service. Are service or target? Target also you can take. Service class is nothing but target class. Com.nt.expect or advice, your choice. Com.nt.cfs. Com.nt.cfs. Super. Tell me first, let me develop the service class, target class. Class, guys. Tell me here, bank service. Bank service. This is my target class, guys. Bank service dot Java. Bank service dot Java service class. Bank service dot Java service class. At the rate service or at the rate component. Anything you can do. At the rate service. What is the bean ID, guys? I'm taking two business methods here, guys. Public double, calculate simple interest. Calculate simple interest was. Calculate simple interest. Tell me. Double PAMT, double price, double rate. Double PAMT, double price, double, not rate, double principal amount, rate of interest, double time. Here is my return PAMT into rate into time by 100.0. PAMT into rate into time by 100.0. Super boss. Tell me here what is there? Sys trace. Calculate simple interest. Sys trace calculate simple interest. Are you understanding my statement? Oh, the 100 we have written up. Next, guys. What is the formula for compound interest, boss? Calculate compound interest. Calculate compound interest. Here also calculate compound interest. Super boss. Calculate compound interest. Yeah. Array, compound interest formula, boss. Forgot? I also forgot. Don't be panic. Don't be panic. Compound interest formula. Compound interest formula. Byju's. Oh, Byju's is now in the websites also there. Okay. Compound interest formula. YouTube videos. I think this is enough now. Open images. In images you will find that. Oh. Fine, boss. Simple one. Simple one I want. Times time is this. R by N. Number of time interest rate should be there. Interest rate. Fine. I think here R by 100 na. Here R by 100, then time. R by 100 time. Minus P. This is minus P, boss. Minus P. Because you will get amount including interest amount. But I want to get only interest amount. Okay. Let's see, guys. PAMT into math dot pow. Array power. Math dot pow. Tell me. 1 plus rate by 100, comma, time. Minus PAMT. For this whole thing, minus PAMT. Minus PA. Got it, boss. minus PA. Yeah. Why minus P? Why minus P? It gives principal amount including interest amount. No, I want to get only interest amount. These are primary logics, Ra Babu. Target class with primary logics. Clear, guys? Super. Now, I would like to develop the aspect logics first. I would like to develop the aspect logic. Let's see how to develop the aspect logics, guys. Okay, guys. Performance monitoring advice. Performing monitoring advice or expect. Advice or expect. Okay. Say finish, boss. Expect, guys. At the rate component. PM expect or advice or whatever it is. Because I'm making around advice now, that's what PM expect or advice. PM, anything be negative. At the rate expect. What is the signature I should take? Public object. What is this? Performance. Any name you can take. Method name is your choice. Proceeding. Join point. PZP. Throws to throw. Throws to throw. Now tell me. At the rate around execution. At the rate around execution. At the rate around execution. Comfortable, guys? Are you understanding my statement? At the rate around throws advice. Pre-logics. Pre-logics. What is there, guys? Start is equal to system dot current time millis. Long start is equal. Oh, this is east. We left in the middle. Sorry, it's my mistake. Any return type, com dot nt dot service dot bank service. I want to apply on both members. I want to apply on both members. Tell me. Invoke the target. Object retrieval is equal to PZP dot proceed. Post logics, guys. Long end is equal to system dot current time millis. System dot current time millis. Got it, boss? Super. Here, S out, sys out. PZP dot get signature with arcs. Arrays dot to string. PZP dot get arcs. as taken, now tell me, end minus start milliseconds. End minus start milliseconds. What it was? As taken end minus start milliseconds pause. Return retroact. Return retroact. Super pass. Tell me next. Spring Bean configuration file I have to develop was others. Spring Bean configuration file. Application context.xml. Say next. AOP beans. This time AOP required context. AOP namespace is required. AOP namespace is required. Array, performance monitoring is very useful to check whether code is taking good amount of time or wrong amount of time. It's a secondary logic of additional logics. If it is taking more time, we'll try to write better code to reduce the time or not. Super guys. It's good for the project people, Rava. Enable component to scan. Enable component to scan. Context colon component to scan. com.nt.service. Enable expect to J auto proxy. Expect to J auto proxy. Tell me here, what is this? AOP colon expect J auto proxy. Expect to J auto proxy. That's okay. Client application to test, guys. Class around advice test. Around advice test. Okay, let me give the feeling, boss. This is executing 2 times. To give that feeling, SOP statements are there here. Go here. Here. Sys entering into. Once, okay, here, what is that? Sys out. Okay, 1 minute. Exited from main method. Okay, guys. Create IOC container. Class path XML. New class path XML application context. com/ okay, application context.x. Get B. Get proxy class object. Array, listen. The moment you see AOP import, AOP namespace import, Babu. AOP namespace import. Acha, one more thing, guys. Here, one more thing is seriously missing. Don't say a service, just say com.nt. Why? Expect classes are there in a different package, not us. Here you are going to get proxy class object. Okay. Bank service proxy is equal to ctx.getB. Here is bank service. Tell me next one. Bank service dot class. What is the guarantee it is not giving bank service class object? Okay, proxy dot get class and proxy dot get class dot get super class. Proxy dot get class dot get super class. Super. Close container. CTX dot close. Invoke the business method. Double amount. Simple INTR amount is equal to. Simple INTR amount is equal to. What is that? Proxy dot calculate simple interest amount. 1 lakh, guys. One lakh. Next. Yeah, here is my 1 lakh, guys. Tell me, rate of interest 2 rupees. Time is 12 months. Time is 12 months. 0, 0. Simple interest amount. Plus simple interest amount. Proxy dot calculate interest amount. Already calculated, everything is done. Simple interest amount. Compound interest amount for the same method. For the same input, compound interest amount. Calculate compound. Compound interest. Super, guys. Here is compound interest. Calculate compound interest. Cool, guys. Got the clarity, boss. Come on, everyone. Now listen. Array, we are just calling target method, but along with the target method, performance monitoring also mixed up and executes. First point to notice is proxy class, dynamically generated in-memory proxy class name, and its super class is target class. That's why using target class reference variable, we are able to refer what? Proxy class object or not. We are able to refer proxy class object. Got it? See, guys, this is business method before entering into that advice method. Exiting from advice method, target method. See, guys? Everyone understanding? Exiting, entering into, exiting from, maybe it is not entering into advice method, it is entering into target method. Entering into target method. Exiting from target method. Exiting from target method. Size slam in the inside proxy class flow is there. Flow is not there in the code. Flow I will give in tomorrow session. Entire proxy class flow is there, right? Where code is mixed up, primary and secondary logic, their flow is there. Now listen carefully. Entering into target method, exiting from target method. This method with arcs has taken 8 milliseconds for execution. Second one, entering into target method, exiting from target method. Compound interest amount. It has taken how much? 0 millisecond. It has not taken much time to complete the execution because already there. But interest amount is coming was still 26,000 some fraction digits. Don't worry about it. Here 24,000 coming perfectly. Here 24,000 coming perfectly. Check it out the code, guys. Same application is there, guys. Bank service, math.pow, all this stuff. Application context.xml. Here is the client application. Here is the client application. Simple interest amount and all this stuff. Here is the expect class, guys. This is my before logic. This is my after logic. And here is the details of the business. Yeah. Flow is there with respect to proxy class. Okay. Here we can hide monitoring from the client boss. It all depends upon where you are writing. If you write monitoring to log file, separate log file, it will be hidden. If you don't hide, it will not be hidden. Got it? Thank you, boss. We'll meet